Good morning, Year 5. Welcome to the 1st of March. Can you believe we're in March already? It's already going so quickly. And it's the last week before everyone's back together, so not much longer to go. Your skill today is to add decimals within 1. Okay, so write that, underline it, and then you can start your arithmetic. So arithmetic today, you've got 3 times tables for your bronze challenge. You have a silver challenge of sequencing and a gold challenge of multiplying 2 two-digit numbers. So take your time, especially with the multiplication. Don't forget that 0 the hero, and come back when you're ready for the answers. Okay, so here are your answers. Just double check that you've got those correct. Well done if you got all the ones right there that you answered. Okay, so what does 0.45 represent? Is it 4 ones and 5 tenths, 45 hundredths, 45 tenths, or 4 tenths and 5 hundredths? What does it represent? Have a think. Okay, so 0.45 represents 45 hundredths and 4 tenths and 5 hundredths. Now I thought this one might challenge you a little bit because I don't know how many of you would have said this one. We know it's 4 tenths and 5 hundredths, okay, but we also know it's 45 hundredths, okay, because there are 10 hundredths in 1 tenth. So 45 hundredths is the same as 4 tenths and 5 hundredths. Okay, what number is represented on the place value chart? Okay, so we can see we've got 0 ones, 1, 2, 3, 4 tenths, 1 hundredth, 2 thousandths. So the number is 0.412. What digit changes when I add a hundredth? So I'm going to add 1 hundredth. What digit's going to change? Is it going to be the 4, the 0, the 4, the 1, or the 2? Okay, well we know that this is our ones column, these are our tenths, these are our hundredths, so the 1 is going to change. Okay, we add 1 hundredth and it's going to change to 0.422. What will the number be? So we've got a new number now, so now we've got 0.422. What will the number be if I add 0.3? Now, is 0.3, are they 3 tenths or 3 hundredths or 3 thousandths? Okay, they're tenths. So 0.3 represents tenths. So let's add 3 tenths. What's our new number going to be? Well, we've got 7 tenths, 2 hundredths and 2 thousandths. So our new number is 722. How many more thousandths can I add before the hundredth digit changes? Okay, so I've got thousandths here. How many more can I add before this digit changes? Have a think about this one. Think really carefully. Okay, let's have a look. So once we've added, because we've already got 2, we know that 10 thousandths is the same as 1 100th. Okay, so once we've got 10, we can add 1 in this box. So we can actually add 8 more. We'll be adding 0.008. So 10 of those is the same as 1 hundredth. So that will mean that number changes. Okay, good job. What number is represented on the place value chart this time? So we haven't got any ones. We've got 5 tenths, 2 hundredths, and 6 thousandths. Our number is 0.526. What's the new number when you add 0.002? Okay, so add 0.002 to this number, which is 2 thousandths. So our new number is 0.528. What's the new number when you add 0.2? Okay, well we know 0.2 are 2 tenths. Okay, so let's add 2 tenths. What's our new number? It's 0.726. Because it was 0.526, we've added 2 tenths, so it's 0.726. Okay, what's the new number when you add 0.02? Well, we know 0.02 are hundredths, so if we add 2 hundredths, we're going to have 5 tenths, 4 hundredths, and 6 thousandths, so it's 0.546. And then last of all, what's the new number when you add 0.22? How can you do that? Okay, well we know, okay, that we can add 2 tenths and 2 hundredths because this is our 10th column, this is our hundredths column. So we've just, don't know if you saw that, but we've just added those on. What's our new number? It's 0.746. Good job with your adding of your decimals. So let's have a look here. So we can also add decimals using a 100 square. Okay, so this 100 square we know has 100 parts, 100 equal parts. Okay, so let's try and work out 0.05 plus 0.75. So here's 0.5 because we know that 5 parts of this 100 square, okay, is 0.05, and we're going to add 0.75. Okay, so altogether, how many pieces are shaded? We've got 0.80. It's not 80. I know you're probably looking at this 5 here and looking at this 75, thinking, oh, we just add them together. But it's not always as simple as that. Okay, so we can use 100 square to shade in 0.05 and 0.75. And that tells us, we know here that one whole row is 10. We've got 2 rows left. Okay, so we've got 0.80 because we haven't got one whole because we haven't got the whole part shaded. So 0.80. Look at this one. So we've got 0.09 at 0.35. I'm going to colour in how many pieces in red? Okay, well I know 0.09 is 9 hundredths. Okay, because this is my tenths, this is my hundredths. So I'm going to colour in 9 hundredths. 0.35, well I know that I've got 3 tenths in this number and 5 hundredths or 35 hundredths. So I'm going to colour in 35 pieces. How many pieces are shaded altogether? It's 0.44. So there's 44 out of the 100 pieces shaded, so it's 0.44. How many parts will be shaded if we add 4 tenths and 4 hundredths to the 100 square? So I need to add 4 tenths and 4 hundredths. Well, I know 4 tenths is the same as 40. Okay, so I'm going to shade 40 pieces. We can write it out like this. So if you look carefully this time, we've got 0.4, which we know if that had a secret 0 on the end, it would be 0.40. So I can colour 40 pieces in red plus 0.04 because there are hundredths. So we're adding 4 tenths and 400ths. So if I add the 400ths now, how many pieces altogether are shaded? 0.44. Okay, over to you. Have a go at using the same method. So colouring the 100 square. There's 100 squares on the resources for you, or you can draw them in your book. Okay, have a go at answering these questions. So pause the video, have a go. You don't have to use red and blue, you can use 2 colours. Or if you haven't got colouring pencils, if you're at home, you could perhaps use your writing pencil and do crosses on one and lines on the other. Just something so you know they're 2 different parts that you're shading. Okay, but have a go at those ones and come back when you're ready for the answers. Okay, so the first one, we've got 0.07 plus 0.78, that's 0.85. We then had 0.07 plus 0.87, which is 0.94. And then we had 0.45 plus 0.5. Now this one, I wonder how many people coloured in for the second part 5 squares. Well, it's not 5 because it's 0.5, which is the same as 0.50. Okay, so 0.45 plus 0.5 is 0.95. So you should have 85 pieces coloured for this one, 94 pieces coloured for this one, and 95 boxes shaded for this one. Well done if you managed that. Okay, so we can also add decimals using the column method. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So we've got 0.36 plus 0.5. Okay, so I've laid it out here. I've got my 0.36. The decimals do not move. They are stuck. And then I've got plus 0.5. And we can do this just like we would adding whole numbers. Okay, but what will help us, if we've got a 0.5, it'd be helpful to add a 0. Okay, because although it doesn't need it, because it is just 0.5, it helps us when adding our columns. So now we can do 6 plus 0. 6 plus 0, we know is 6. 3 plus 5, we know is 8. And 0 plus 0 is 0. So our answer is 0.86. Okay, let's try another one. 0.51 plus 0.07. Okay, so I've got 0.51 plus 0.7. What do you notice? What do I need to do to that 7 to help me calculate? Okay, who was beady-eyed there? Who noticed that I've got 0.07, but in actual fact I've only written 0.7. We must make sure we've got that other 0 there, otherwise our answer is going to be completely different. So now we can add them up. So we've got 1 plus 7 is 8, 5 plus 0 is 5, and 0 plus 0 is 0.58. Don't forget, we always start the column on the right hand side. Okay, so we never start adding over this side in case we need to carry over. So our answer for this one is 0.58. And we can check our answer if we think back to the square. So I've got 0. Oh, I should have had an extra one there, should I? I forgot to put my extra red one. I've only put 0.5. So it should be 0.51 and there should be an extra here. So our answer would be 0.58. If I hadn't had moved my 7 and I'd put my 0 here instead, my answer would have been 1.21, which is greater than 1. So this whole square would have to be filled plus 21 more pieces. So you can always check your answer using a 100 square as well if you like. Okay, this time we've got 0.63 plus 0.005. Okay, so you've got to be extra careful now, because like before, when you could notice that you could add the two numbers, this is why it makes it difficult. Because some of you might be thinking, 0.63 add 0.005 is going to be 0.68. But let's find out. Okay, so I've got 0.63, 0.005. I can add the 0 there to help me and remind me of my positioning. And then I can add them together. So 5 plus 0 is 5. 3 plus 0 is 3. 6 plus 0 is 6. And 0 plus 0 is 0. Okay, so our answer is 0.635. So it won't be 0.68 because we've got the thousandths digits this time. So laying your addition questions out is really, really important. You must make sure, okay, that you set your columns out neatly, 1 digit per box, and you line them up under the correct column. Because if you had put this under this column here, instead, the answer will be incorrect. So it's really, really important that you do line your columns up correctly. Okay, and we can see that's 0.635. Okay, I think it's the final one now before you have a go at doing some of these. So we've got 0.63 plus 0.09. Okay, so we know that 3 plus 9. Oh, 3 plus 9 is greater than 1. 3 plus 9 is 12. So what do you think we need to do here? Okay, well, it's just the same as if we were adding whole numbers. So we'd put our 2 here and we'd carry our 1 to the next column. Okay, because that's going to be the same as 1/10. So now we could do 6 plus 0, which we know is 6. And we're going to add that 1 on, which gives us 7. 0 plus 0 is 0. So if we need to, we can just carry over like we would normally. So it's 0.72. Okay, so use the column method this time to have a go at answering these decimal addition questions. If you need to go back to the video at any time to have another look and to remind yourself, then please do. That's what it is for. Okay, but have a go at answering these, remembering to line up your columns correctly. Good luck. Take your time and come back when you're ready for the answers. Okay, so, also, I have got a while to wait. I forgot to tell you that bit before. So you've got a greater than, less than, equal to if you wanted that as well. So, back to the answers. Okay, so we've got 0.035, 0.71, 0.909, 0.49 and 0.565. The whilst you wait is 0.7 is plus 0.03 plus 0.001 is greater than, and then the bottom one is equal to. Okay, super job. Your final thought for today then. So Dora is adding these decimals and she has added 0.41 plus 0.3 equals 0.413. What mistake has Dora made? Pause the video, see if you can identify it. Can you correct the answer if it is wrong? Okay, and can you work out what the answer should be? Okay, well in actual fact, Dora has put the 3/10 in the thousandths place. So the correct answer should be 0.71. because this is a tenth and the 4 is a tenth. So 0.3 and 0.41 is 0.71. So brilliant job if you noticed that. Okay, that is it from me today. I feel like I've talked far too much today. But have a lovely afternoon, and I shall see you again in the morning for maths. Take care, guys. Bye.